You know, don't mind me.
Hey, don't mind me, I'm just gonna drop the fucking remote.
You know, I'm just gonna do what Beast Boys likes to do. Drop.
I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna confuse the viewers. It's like, hey, guess what? Remote's not here. I just tossed the remote across the room.
Bruh.
Alright, considering I'm probably you know what? We're gonna use the regular Arkham City suit. As I punch the mic. Just made it sound like ear rape, even though, ooh, titty. Love how that would have been the perfect time for anyone to walk in. Because it's like, the loading screen, the first screen that shows up, boobs! I like how I keep scanning the same fucking helicopter because I'm a dense idiot. But yeah, no, we're back in Arkham City, another quarantine session, another Herald cameo.
You what up, G's?
If I could catch up to the fucking helicopter, I'm just trying to scan. Come here! Bring the booty over here! What?
I think you can actually land on them. Or was that just
Yeah, I can grapple up to them, but I have to be kind of close. I gotta make it intimate. They're kind of shooting rockets everywhere.
Like, what is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
That's a copyright strike right there. That's fun. I will remember this betrayal. Oh god. Oh god, there's so many things going on in like between all the things when it comes to the Z comic book stuff. What I'm questioning is like why everyone's talking about Grace Randolph out of nowhere.
Who is
like Grace Randolph, she does like movie reviews and all that. Like Slickmoth decided to make like 2 or 3 videos back to back out of nowhere on her. And I'm just like, I know I've seen her face in like recommended because like she reacts to like trailers and all that. And you know how the YouTube algorithm is, it's like we will recommend anything to you based on stuff. And I'm just like seeing, like I decide, I'm like, okay, why do people hate her? And it's like, oh, she's an egotistical bitch that thinks that there's an agenda against like everything that she does, that like she likes. Like she's one of the firm believers that says that there is that reviewers are like bought by Marvel, like an anti-DC propaganda and all that. Which is like, yeah, that's definitely why the MCU is as big as it is. It's definitely not because you don't know how to make, you don't have proper lore building.
I'm heading to Wonder Tower.
Good. You're doing the right thing.
That have like there's somewhat decent villains and villains. You know, could it be that?
Yeah, no, like they have villains that can be written very well, and Marvel's not winning this in any department because they, like we gotta be honest here. Marvel doesn't have the best villains when it comes to the movies.
There's some decent ones.
Well, yeah,
but
like
most of them are...
like end of phase 2 is when they started picking up the slack.
Yeah.
Phase 1, there were no remarkable villains. Loki is probably the only one that comes to mind because of Avengers.
Right.
Like, Obadiah Stane and the Ironmonger, not really groundbreaking. It was more like, hey, I want Tony Stark dead in a cave.
More like, if I can do this, he can do it too, kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, and then, Red Skull could have been something so big. But I feel like he was wasted.
I mean, at least I brought him back to be the guy who guards the stone.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Red Skull comes back in modern times in some, like, comic arcs, and he becomes ludicrously powerful. Like, in one, like, Avengers Assemble, actually. That series that came out, which was supposedly originally supposed to tie in with the MCU.
Really?
Yeah, Avengers Assemble was supposed to tie in with the MCU. Now, I hope you know which one I'm talking about, because I'm not referring to Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that one was supposed to be tied in loosely to, like, the MCU. And I'm just like... If Red Skull would have been done like they did Red Skull in, like, the first episode...
Oh, gosh.
Because, like, if I remember correctly, Red Skull decided, you know what? I'm gonna come into modern times, take Stark's technology because I fucking can. You know what?
You know,
Fuck it. Let's go to Latveria. Let me teach this man how to truly rule a country. I'll take his technology too.
Excellent work.
And that's where you hear someone in the background. Okay, boomer.
Whatever you say, Doomer. Did I say you could hit me? Bad.
Stop right there, Batman. We need to talk.
Do we?
I know
Oh, Hugo just comes in on the giant telecom and is like, stop right there, Batman, we need to talk.
poor man to
No.
die.
Imagine if Batman just hung up right there.
Before my arrival,
It's like, stop right there, Batman, we need to talk. Just hangs up.
Just hear me, man. Hear me out.
all this is your fault.
No, I know you hung up on me last time. Hangs up again. This is your telemarketer speaking.
Created the environment.
We know you've missed a lot of calls, Batman. No.
Look at the Joker. Would he even exist if not for you?
I just realized something. Hold on. There's something I need to fix. There we go. I accidentally had the voices way too loud.
Beautiful. We have at long last defeated the great Batman. Soon, I will take my rightful place at my master's side. We will rule over this world. So thank you, Batman, for all
I love how one of them just posts up,
now.
like, 2 feet away from me. It's like he's begging to be the first one to be punched.
Fight back! Stop him! Hurt him!
Ow! That's it. My right shield's the first thing I'm breaking. Okay, maybe the stun baton might be a smarter idea, because the gun I can just punch him.
Right.
I love how I hit the counter there. Give me that stick. My stick. Oh, I am rusty. I'm not liking this. Give me that shield. No shield. Bad. It's copyrighted. Give me that gun. I said drop the gun. That's it. Either you drop the gun or I drop you. New rules. that I say about dropping the gun. There. No more gun. See what happens? Now I break your toys. Imagine if, like, if we do get another Arkham game, the enemies get a combo where they just rip off your utility belt and slap you with it.
See that? You took them all down.
Bruh.
A pointless effort.
I would imagine there'd be an achievement out of that where it says, dude, really? You let them take your belt?
I will rain down fire and brimstone on these animals.
And they'll just upgrade the combat system for the enemies where they're extremely hard, even for the level 1 baddies.
Oh my god.
Just so
Alright,
that
so,
achievements
like,
can happen.
when it comes to, like, these Batman games, I'm really hoping that we do get a fourth one, fifth one. What number are we on? A fifth one.
Yeah, fifth.
Because, like, Warner Bros. Montreal has been teasing us with, like, are we actually getting one? Are we not getting one? What is this cryptic stuff? Like, we got this teaser, like, how long ago on Batman Day?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like we've been waiting patiently. And then Scott Snyder came in reposting one of the pictures saying, "Beware the cohort of owls."
Absolutely.
And I'm just like, this is one of the emblems that were like shown off by them earlier in the month.
It's you.
I told you I'd be back.
Well, you took your time. It's crazy back there. First Joker's men came down here and started setting up camp. I did what you said and hid.
How are her shoes? How
What
are her
happened?
feet bent that way?
There were guards. You know, the ones that work for Strange. They came
That's what
down
I'm noticing
and
here.
started killing everyone.
I still can't get over the fact how they desexualized her, because I remember I played the original Arkham City last week, and because I needed to compare, because I could swear, and yeah, no, she was desexualized, because in Arkham City you could see her bra, she had fishnets that were with holes, her face was a little bit more. She was designed a little bit more
Sounds
risque.
like Strange is trying to cover his tracks.
Yeah.
You seem to be good at hiding, Doctor. Stay here and do it again. I'll deal with the guards in that room.
You see, now that we're playing with the normal skin, I can see just how pale Batman is now.
Yeah.
That's the last one. Area secure. Tiger 43 to tower. The room is secure. All
Sleep,
the
my
inmates
child.
are neutralized. Well done. Protocol 10 is progressing beautifully. As we move into the final stage of Protocol 10, I would like to congratulate all Tiger forces on this wonderful achievement. As I look at the screens in front of me, I can see that we are rapidly approaching fatalities of 22%. My projections show that within 3 hours, every single inmate of Arkham City will be dead, and Protocol 10 will move into Stage 2. By the end of the month, new camps in Keystone and Metropolis will open, each modeled after Arkham City. You should all be proud of your part.
I got they're
in this.
all just.
We are the
Oh, you are
future
armored.
this world needs. We are the future.
Target is moving this way.
I don't know why that didn't process through my mind that was an armored guard.
Don't mind me, man.
Target deployed smoke to escape. Target is now moving.
Contact. Move.
I'm just here like, haha,
Man down at my location.
got him. Little did I know. Oh, he has armor. Correction, he's got me.
He is making fools of you. Stop him.
Switching to thermal.
Switching to thermal, are you? Switch to night-night.
Explosive prime. Explosive prime.
your numbers.
Move it! Man down.
That leaves one guy.
I've got visual on the target.
Ow.
I see Batman.
No, you don't. God damn it. I see Batman. No, you don't. I get it.
This is unacceptable. I thought
You see the world.
Oh, Batman, this is not.
You did it, John.
You get to come on the cosmos.
I forgot how to write
Hey,
obsessions for half a second. I'm like, right, the password's obsessions. Flam. Oh god. But yeah, no, just in case, like, anybody wonders, all the Riddler trophies have been found. All the ones that matter. Catwoman's doesn't matter.
Someone says in the comments, they do matter.
How dare you? How dare you not care about Catwoman? Unsubscribe!
Unsubscribe.
You are doing, Wayne. You cannot stop me. I have won.
I love the fact that Hugo Strange just, instead of saying Batman, just says Wayne and through the PA system. So it's like any like criminal that just casually walks in there or is like in that vicinity and hears that. The nurse that's downstairs, Wayne?
So she's like, ooh, notices your bones.
Notices your bones in your back pocket. What's this? You know, when it comes to the Snyder Cut, I am noticing a lot of people are just overhyping it because it's like, oh, we finally get to see the Vision, and I'm just here like, what if the Snyder Cut is just all hype?
Arriving at the observation deck.
Like, for all that we know, this fabled Snyder Cut could be worse than what we got. So it's just like, I get it, people are trying to be hopeful here. It's like, yeah, no, it could have been better. But you gotta admit, like, excuse me? Batman decides to just whip out the goddamn smoke grenade in the middle of a melee combat. No reason whatsoever, he just said shield. Up. I hear that gun. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Give it to me, give it to me.
Give me that gun. You'll hurt yourself if you use it. You're probably wondering how you will hurt yourself. Holding that gun just makes my fist gravitate towards you. I warned you. You did not heed the warning. Don't grab the gun.
He grabbed it.
Casualties in Sector 3 are high. Returning to base.
One of these words is... Oh, safeguarding. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
You know, that word, guarding.
What the fuck? Batman, why? Batman, you were supposed to grab that. That's time off.
Stage 1 has been completed, sir. Casualties are
It's like, grab. Did you mean dive?
Focus your attacks on the museum. I
Did you mean grab dive?
Fortress level. Affirmative, Professor Strange.
The fact that they call him Professor Strange instead of Dr. Hugo Strange. irks me. I don't know why. It's Dr. Hugo Strange. Even though Professor Hugo Strange is right? I don't know, it just doesn't sound correct to me.
What do you mean?
Professor Hugo Strange, I'm like, isn't it just Dr. Hugo Strange? Like, that's what sounds right to me when it comes to his name, Dr. Hugo Strange. Professor Hugo Strange just sounds weird. I don't know why, it just does. Right?
Yeah, I can see what you mean. Yeah.
Oh, come on, my tits.
You're running out of time. Strange is killing everyone.
That's a lot protected.
I'm nearly at the top.
Fat ass home.
I'll stop him.
I know.
No, it's not even that. It's the fact that what just happened.
People, and he's got full authorization from the city. It's insane.
He's working with someone. I intend to find out who the moment I stop Protocol 10.
Yeah, like the Snyder Cut and the Ayer Cut, I'm just like, for all we know, these cuts could be worse than what we got. And when it came to Justice League, what we got was like, Zack Snyder says it was just like not even like 10% of what his vision was, and I'm just here like, maybe it wasn't your vision, but that's what you left Joss Whedon with.
Yeah, essentially.
He basically tried to make something out of whatever you left him. And you said that you were like 80% done with the film at that point, so it's like,
It all
don't add up.
Would have been his fault.
And like a lot of people like shit on Joss Whedon, and it's like, oh, he made it too campy and stuff, and I'm like, yes, but it's like, can you blame him? He's kind of been dealing with this style of movies for a long time. But if you wanted a team-up movie to somewhat work, he's your guy.
The Hepsi has fallen. Move your search to the lower sections.
I mean, he's the guy who brought us Avengers. So it's just like, if anybody somewhat knows what they're doing, it's this man.
So I wonder, is both Ayer and Snyder Cut are going to be what, the same thing, just on differences, or is it going to be like complete opposites?
I mean, here's the thing, who knows? Because the Ayer Cut supposedly was, like, from what from like what people say and like what the script leaks were, was supposed to be the lead up to Justice League. Which I'm like, okay, but that would mean that the Suicide Squad would have to show up in Justice League for it to actually work. It can't just be like, something happens in this movie that just says, okay, now it's a chain reaction to that movie. Like, that's the thing, it's like, the DCEU could have been so good if it actually took the time to pace itself. Because at its current rate, it's just, they're trying to win a losing race.
I am the future of Gotham. I am its new leader.
Which is just, that's not what you want to be doing. Especially when you're so far behind. Because it's like, Marvel has had, at this point, 11 years to perfect their storytelling.
You're all supposed to be better than this. He is but one man. Stop it!
Another casualty at my location.
We are not alone, guards. The Batman has entered the room. Batman's over there.
Target is moving this
No,
way.
he's not.
Target has moved upwards.
Excuse me, how are you alive?
Target with a
Batman's in the room.
No, he's not. Batman is not in the room.
target is.
I have studied you. I have learned every last technique at your disposal, and now I, Hugo Strange, have beaten you.
I have analyzed every move of yours. But when you beat everyone, it's like, oh yeah, but did you predict me walking in through the front door? It's like, I know how to defeat you, walks in through the front door. I did not predict that.
Essentially.
He just pulls a Dr. Eggman. That was unexpected. I wasn't expecting anything, so it doesn't count. Right.
Is using the floor grades
The last two are armored fools.
Batman is in there with you. Stop him.
It would have been hilarious if there was a way for you to get inside Hugo Strange's little, like, observation room. Like, with all the guards out already. So it's like, all the guards are out here and you're just there like, I'm about to do what's called a pro gamer move. I need this man to get on that ladder so he can fucking die.
Target is still missing.
You are nothing to me, Batman. You hide behind.
But you watch inside his little observatory room, catching the calendar man, doing the whole thing since the beginning.
The broken bodies you have left in this room are of no concern to me.
The broken bodies you have left in this room are no concern to me. It's your next. Don't shake your head in disapproval. Your Humpty Dumpty looking head is next.
I am better than you, Mr. Wayne.
Oh yeah? Then why did I open your door?
You cannot win. I, Hugo Strange, am your successor. I have saved Gotham.
Bitch. Just vibe checks him the second the door opens.
Oracle, shut this place down.
I am your successor. Vibe check.
Everything.
Like, under his breath, Batman's just like, your vibe check will go in 10 seconds. Hugo Strange still talking. 5, 4.
Get your hands off me.
You have failed your vibe check.
Look at what you've done.
It's glorious.
I'm
Also,
not over to.
Can we appreciate, like, Hugo Strange's eyebrow game in this remaster?
Yes.
Like,
You're
holy
finished,
shit.
Strange.
I have powerful friends.
This man's eyebrow and beard game in this remaster is hilarious.
You cannot stop me.
They are just forces of nature on their own.
Comprehension. I have achieved what the great Batman could never do. Gotham
But honestly,
will
I
never
definitely
thank Hugo
prefer
Strange.
this, like, design for Hugo Strange.
Your part in this is over.
Like, the one from the Batman was just weird because he had these big fucking hands.
Everything you wanted.
A mullet even though he was bald up top.
You clearly demonstrated that Batman.
And he didn't have a beard if I'm not mistaken. But he did have the glasses.
Detective.
He was your puppet, Raish. Why?
That's essential for your character.
You said I could replace you.
Yeah. And
This was
in the animated series, he was bald and had a, like,
And you failed
a soap
to see
patch
it
goatee.
but
When you came to me with Batman's identity, I gave you this chance to prove your worth, providing you with limitless resources.
God,
for
I
your
remember when the teaser trailer came out
You
for this
came
game.
Close.
The one
But
where, like,
you
Hugo
have
Strange
failed me.
reveals that he
He's going
knows
to die, Raish.
who he is.
He needs medical attention.
Like, it's one of the best trailers that this game had, like, with the CGI they
He's
gave it.
already dead.
The way he just takes out the tiger guards.
so close.
Like, how he's just there patiently waiting for them to come.
Too late. I don't give second chances.
Except if you look at that trailer, you see that he uses the Ultra Bat Claw. Something that doesn't make it into the game.
Look at my work. You may have defeated Strange.
Which is very sad.
But to be honest, the Ultra Bat Claw probably could have made this game way too easy. Because considering back at the Arkham Asylum playthrough, the second I got the Ultra Bat Claw, the game went easy. Because like silent stealth mission, you mean Ultra Bat Claw and chill? Oh, there's 3 of you on that railing. It'd be a shame if you suddenly reach the first floor. God, that's a nice detail they've added. The reflections on the glasses, because I remember, because in the PS3 version, there's no reflection. Like, you actually see Ra's and Batman on it. That's actually really cool. Say what you will about Arkham Knight and its DLC, but the Season of Infinity really fleshed out all, like, the loose ends of this game. The only loose end I didn't like how they handled was Hush.
Right.
Didn't like how they handled Hush in Arkham Knight. At all.
Especially what they did to him back in Arkham Knight.
The tower just exploded.
Like in Arkham Knight, it's just like...
Thank God you're alright.
Oh.
Ra's al Ghul was the power behind Hugo
I'm playing
Strange.
as Bruce out of nowhere.
Like,
that was actually pretty cool, but the fact that it wasn't a side quest... Like, I would have loved if he got his own, like, side quest, not just, like, this is a part of the mission.
Is anyone there?
I'll get back to you. Something's come up.
Hello, Batman. I know you can hear me. I've not caught you at a bad time, have I? I was worried that you may have forgotten about little old me. Take a look at your girlfriend, who, as you can see, is in danger of having her pretty little brains splattered all over this camera.
Ignore him, beloved. Let him die.
Oh, how romantic. Only problem is, I've never felt better. And we both know you really can't ignore me. Can you? So listen, Batman. I'm putting on a little show for you. It's going to be a doozy, a real red carpet affair. You'd better hurry, though. If you take too long, the leading lady may be found dead in her dressing room.
Alright. Wait, what's this? Right, the gadget upgrade that they apparently have. But, what we're gonna do instead... Let's do some Riddler challenges. Let's get rid of the Diddler before getting rid of Z Joker.
Watch them in a new updates where he the Joker and the Riddler at the same time. Just like in one plus two. I was like, hey, by the way, you can do this now.
Something I did appreciate was the evolution of how they were handling the Riddler.
Rude, Batman. I've laid on all this entertainment at the movie theater, and you can't even be bothered turning up.
How angry he gets. It's like, I've set this all up, and you haven't shut up yet! There's Crime Alley.
Talia needs my help. I need to find her now.
Oh! It won't let me do anything else.
Get up, Bats! Hey! You ain't looking so good.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. I fly anywhere else other than where I'm supposed to go, and it's like, no, no, no. You gotta save your coochie.
The coochie.
Alright, guess I'm gonna have to save Riddler for after the end of the game.
All air units report.
Or maybe I just won't do him.
And return to base immediately. Repeat, return to base immediately.
Just keep it in continuity with the Arkham Asylum playthrough, where I said I was gonna go for the Riddler trophies and then didn't.
Yeah, just didn't happen, man.
Not because I didn't want to, it was just lack of time.
I think you had the guy in the background. That's bullshit.
It was! Just casually choking out everyone.
Hello, Batman.
Yeah,
You can't hear me, right? It's just you don't seem to be coming to the movie theater, and I'd hate for you to read the spoilers on the internet again.
Except for the fact that people did do that for this game, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I love like the ways that like Rocksteady would mess with people that pirated the game. Which is just hilarious. In Asylum, it was, oh, you just couldn't glide. You're capable will not work.
Ticket right here in my pocket. It's right here.
Right. What did you do this one?
In City, it basically, they did multiple ways, but I know there was one where basically what they did was to beat the story, or to beat something, early in the game. Like, way early in the game. It would basically, I'm trying to remember correctly if it was where, in the church, if I'm not mistaken, it would play the ending of the game in the TV screens instead of,
I'll see you soon.
the actual, Joker message.
Damn.
Which is kind of a dick move.
But it's a necessary dick move.
Yeah. And then in Arkham Knight, you couldn't call him the Batmobile.
Which I imagine would make those tech missions hell of a lot harder.
Here's the thing. If you somehow were managed to bypass the actual scene where you have to call in the Batmobile, you would be locked in it.
Batman. The show's about to begin.
Oh shit.
Let's just talk about this.
Now you want to talk. Too late, Batman.
Give me the cure! But you've already got the cure. Talia, no!
Problem solved.
You didn't need to.
Why? You would never do it. You left me no choice.
There's always a choice.
I had to save you. Harley Quinn stole
Actually, I had forgotten. There's still the Harley Quinn's Revenge. I'm like, yeah, I'm done with this. Wait, Harley Quinn's Revenge. Right.
Surprise!
That's the thing.
Mr. J, you look perfect.
Ring, ring.
How could you forget?
You keep a secret from the world's greatest
To be honest, I forgot it was a separate thing.
right under his long, pointy nose. And wait.
Joker wants you to think he's sick. Then wait.
God, that was such like an interesting way of showing off that like there was two Jokers. Having a copy of one.
I'm sorry, beloved. I didn't know.
Encore! More! Bravo!
It was never you.
Not always. Well, sometimes. Confusing.
Just hacks up a lung while he's at it.
Just what the hell is going on if I were you?
God. This remaster made him look really sick, and he gets worse as the game goes on.
Yeah, that's another attention to detail you just didn't notice in the first one. Well,
also, the fact that he has bald spots.
Oh yeah, he does. Gee, there's a lot of them now. I'm looking at it.
Oh yeah.
For one night of standing in for your movie, and doing a damn fine job of it, I give you Clayface.
Something I love about this is the fact that Clayface was teased in Asylum, but we never got to see what Clayface actually looked like.
Yeah.
We just knew he was in like maximum security on his own.
That's just starting. It's a doozy.
He looks just as scary as ever.
Oh yeah. You know, if Batman didn't give you the answer of how to beat, I love how you also get dirty fighting him. It's like the second you get touched by him and his big man-yowie hands, it's just like, hey, remember your clean suit? Mud. And as you jump and evade, you lose it.
What are you
It's
doing? Are you supposed to be playing? What the hell are you doing, Bat?
I'm using a weapon. Be scared, Joker. Be very scared. Joker wasn't asking what he was doing because he was curious, no. He was asking what he was doing because it's like, why does he have a sword? It's like, wait, Batman doesn't use swords? What's going on? Why does Batsy got a sword?
Did I miss the memo here?
Ow. That hurted. Oh, those are hammers! Right, the hammer does twice. Mind turning into a ball and hitting this? Thank you. You're gonna catch these hands! You're gonna catch these hands!
You're supposed to be killing Batman, remember?
I got him cold.
Cold chill tonight.
I got him right where I want him. Fucking clay sashimi.
Sashimi.
You're making
Here's what I never liked about this.
I mean, it's not like you've got a girl to save anymore.
The giant fucking remote, which just reveals it's like, where did all this C4 come from? Also, can we appreciate the fucking size of the button? It's like, was the thing affecting his vision to the point that he couldn't see that goddamn button? Also, Batman almost dies there. That's a little bit too risky for the boy.
I
I have a sword now. Right, that is the annoying part. Gotta slice and dice. Ow, I got slapped. Stop slapping me. Oh my god. So if I die in this part, I'm gonna be very disappointed in myself. Extremely disappointed in myself. Ow! Why did that sound so meaty? It's clay.
Because clay is meat.
That is probably the most frightening sentence you've said this stream. I got. Why did that sound so meaty? God!
This was the performance of
Stop making me repeat my words again.
The fucking meat! That swing! I'm just like. Excuse me, you're mud! You do
don't
not
know
sound like repercussive meat flap. Oh god, I have to do it all over again. Right, I can do this. Forgot. Speedrun strats. Just in case he doesn't. Oh fuck, never mind. He's gonna roll over here. Actually, he didn't. Ow! Got him! Yeah, I love how you can actually do that. It's like, hey, guess what? Explosive Joe. You're gonna jump over here, I know you will. Oh, fuck, never mind, he's gonna fucking meatball it. Or not.
With the power.
Can we try not to take like 1,000 damage in this part?
That's the first 100.
Just gotta make sure he's frozen.
Are you supposed to be playing with knives, Bats? What the hell are you doing, Bats?
I wonder if this hurts Clayface.
It could, probably no.
You're supposed to be killing Batman, remember?
Fuck it, you're eating that. So am I, apparently. I flew into that.
It's actually hands, man.
That didn't explode. Oh! Oh, he bounces!
At least I can eat you real quick.
I don't remember that. I did not remember that. I didn't remember he had a second loop in case he missed you the first time.
Oh, now you remember.
I don't even know if I've ever seen him do that. Maybe everyone else just knows better. I'm just too much of an idiot right now.
You're making me late for my spa treatment. I mean, it's not like you've got a girl to save anymore, is it? Oh, I'm sorry. Too soon? Would a change of scenery help ease the pain?
Seriously, where did all that C4 come from?
Maybe it was during this part. He was just throwing them out everywhere.
They were all inside of Clayface and he was just chucking them out. He's like, sorry for any like gag easy viewers that just tuned into that part. I'm spawn killing. Bitch, I hit you with a freezy pop. God damn it, you asshole. I shot you first. I'm gonna die here and I'm gonna be very upset again.
Don't die, damn it.
I hit him with it and he just says no.
Boom.
Excuse me, I hit the counter there. Why does he rapid fire out of nowhere? Oh, thank God it's over. It better be over, actually. I'm gonna be very upset if it's not.
I don't think it is.
God, one thing that is very asinine about like the whole current situation that the states are having. Everything is being a snowflake when it comes to like insulting things or like saying things.
Get out of my way,
Like,
bats! I've got a date with immortality.
I'll get into it like after the scene, actually.
No! No! No!
That makes no sense the way he stands up right there. Because he stands on his cape and stands up. It's like, I'm pretty sure he would have knocked his ass down by doing that.
Poison Gotham in hell. It's not even breakfast. But so what? We all know you'll save me.
Every decision you've ever made ends with death and misery. People die. I stop you. You'll just break out and do it again.
Think of it as a running gag. No! Are you happy now?
Do you want to know something funny? Even after everything you've done, I would have saved you.
You know, that actually is pretty funny.
No.
God, I just realized one of his eyes isn't glowing.
Wait, who's Bats or Joker?
Joker's.
Mm.
Maybe that's why he needed the big ass button, because he actually was losing his sight.
Could be the case.
All units coordinated. What the... What the hell happened in there? Batman! What happened?
What happened?
What happened?
What happened? Well, that's Arkham City. I'm not doing Arkham Knight because I already did Arkham Knight on the channel. It was the first playthrough on the channel, actually. All those many moons ago. But yeah, no. Like, going back to the topic of, like, times currently, this whole movement going on, I'm all for it, but everyone's approaching it horrifically wrong. Between the riots, protesting, yeah, that's very altruistic of you, but I don't think protests do much. To be fair, like, sure, it's like a bunch of people rallying together, like, voicing their opinion. And it's like, it's more, in sense, makes a more impact than doing it on the internet. Like, I think a mass protest without any looting would make more of an impact than posting black squares.
Essentially.
Like, that's something that, like, it didn't piss me off, but it bothered me a lot. The fact that on Tuesday, there were, like, other pages, like, meme pages and all that. If they posted something that wasn't a black square, everyone was all up on it. Like, here's the thing that bothers me about this movement. So many people are using it as a way to make themselves righteous about things, and it's just like, no, you are not supposed to, when you're like protesting for something and trying to be on it, you're supposed to be humble about it. You're supposed to, like, help your point, not turn into this holier than thou mindset. Like, holy crap, there was like, and the meme pages were like making fun of that. It's like, I ended racism. I finally did it, boys. And it's like a picture of a black square. Like, I was finding that hilarious because it's like, yeah, no, really, like, instead of spreading awareness, you're just posting black squares. Sure, people are gonna be like, oh, why these black squares? But, like, I think it would have made more sense if there was something, not just square. And then there's the people that they, like, get easily triggered when they say all lives matter, and it's just like, there's nothing wrong with that statement.
Call received 3 hours ago.
And it's just like, there's nothing wrong with that statement, but you guys are scrutinizing it to the point that it's like, no, it is wrong. You are basically being a horrible person by saying that, and I'm just like, no. Because when you say all, that includes the one that you're fighting for. And it's just like, a lot of things are just very badly made. Yeah, no, we basically are in the division.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap. I wish I could say it's funny, but it's not. Like, what happened in Michigan was just disgustingly bad.
Yeah, and then compared to everywhere else, now where the riots are starting to happen.
No, Michigan got, like, the biggest hand. But, like, shout out to the guy who broke into Target just to steal Legos. He's the real MVP. Everyone else is breaking the cash registers and all that. This dude he walked in with a set mindset. Legos.
He had priorities.
That man had a priority. He went for the Lego section. I had forgotten that the Joker sings Only You in this game. But I love how he leaves it as a voicemail. So it's like, oh, that explains a lot.
Explains what?
I never realized that NetherRealm had a hand in this game. Yeah, apparently they had a. They had their thing. They had an involvement. But yeah,
that would make sense.
that's my small hot take on the current situation. Like, the one thing I will give props to is that they're doing this based off somebody who's technically just a nobody. It's not someone who's famous or anything. But here's the thing, it's blown up too out of proportion. Like, I can't go anywhere or look at anything without it being slapped on the face. When, honestly, there are more important pressing matters. Like, we still have the goddamn virus out there that is killing people by the hundreds every day. There's still not a cure for it. Ebola just made an outbreak out of nowhere.
Could you call it? Don't call it a comeback. Been here for years.
Yeah, basically, it's like... You're just there looking at everything. It's like, the world is burning over here. Europe is on their side of the planet. Like, they're like, okay, so Italy's somewhat cleansed. We still got the virus. Anybody of you guys... China's just like... I haven't mentioned the China virus in a while. Maybe they're actually focusing on Kobe. Australia's like, oh, finally the fires are out. Canada's just like, I don't know what the fuck's going on over there.
But we do got the walls up, eh? Yeah, we got the walls up, eh? So they're all around us, eh?
Oh my god. They're over there happy with their mooses and like their goddamn maple syrup. We're over here in the brinks of a civil war.
But the rest of the world is just like, yo, what the fuck?
God. It's like that picture you sent me about the fuck... I can't even bother to remember his name because, like, it's been shoved down my throat so much that I just decided to ignore it. Like, the challenge they've made of, like, oh, we're taking a picture of knee to throat, and it's just like... That's... It's not right, but I can see why people are doing it. Not in defense of it at all. Not in defense of it at all. Like, a lot of people cope with things through comedy. And humor has a lot of aspects. Dark humor, satirical humor. And a lot of people don't get that, but then again, it's kind of in a turbulent time where everyone's looking for an excuse to do something.
True.
Because, like... Notice how the second this whole situation happened with that one dude, everyone just started pulling up everything. It's like, what's another, like, black person that died by cops? Like, they've been pulling up things from, like, 2015. And it's just like, okay. Chill?
Yeah. It's true.
Like, it's just like, okay, we get it. You want to stand up for rights, but, like, there's a limit. There is a definitive limit. And the fact that Anonymous came back and it's just like, okay. What's going on? It's so dumb. It's just... I find it just dumb that all this is going on.
What a time to be alive, right?
Yeah, no, I'm really, like, glad I'm not in school or I won't be in school, like, later on. Because, I would not like to do a report on the history of 2020. Because this has been one hell of a year. That I'm honestly, every time I see the meme, it's like, what's next month? I am honestly scared because, like, let's do a recap of this year. January, Australia was a fucking fire. Okay. The virus started sprouting. February came around, Kobe and his daughter die. The virus spreads. March, the virus is here.
Yeah.
April, the virus is everywhere, and heads up, UFOs are real.
May, GTA.
May. Yeah, May, GTA. And I'm just like, okay. Can't wait to see what June has in store for us. Like, holy crap.
And we're not even in the middle of June yet. We literally just got to the
We
first
just began June. It's the 4th. June
Exactly.
1st, Anonymous said, you know what? Let's come in. I'm coming.
It's called Don't Make It a Comeback album.
Like, they came in and said, alright, so, when it comes to child trafficking,
You know, here's
POTUS
the
is
stats.
number 1. Followed by the royal family. That's why they killed Princess Diana.
You know,
And
here's
everyone's just like,
anti-trafficking.
why are we believing this is all fake? And I'm just like, never have they never released a thing where it's just so fucked. Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me. And then there was I forgot which calendar it was that their calendar started differently from the Aztec calendar. And in their
Mayans?
calendar, 2020 is actually 2012.
Mhm.
And remember the Aztec prophecy, 2012, the world's ending?
Yeah, the Mayan prophecy.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what? I beg your pardon. Just heavy record scratch. You're probably wondering how I got in this situation. Well, I decided to live into 2020. I just said that, and I just processed what I just said, and it sounded way darker than I intended. I decided to live until 2020. Okay. I've been through some dark times in the past 3 years.
This is how it started. The guy got their numbers wrong. It was supposed to be 2020.
Some fucking jackass in the calendar forgot 8 years.
I think it's like, you know, fucking no one's gonna notice. 2012.
I like how the only song in this game is Only You. But it doesn't say that it was performed by Mark Hamill, and I'm sad about that.
Oh. Would have been a nice tribute.
I'm just waiting for 2020 to be over. Like, December 31st, 11:59. I'm gonna look at the clock. It's gonna strike midnight, and it's gonna say December 32nd, and I'm just gonna scream into the void. Someone is gonna hear me from across the planet.
No, I saw a meme about this. So what are you talking about? It goes like December 31st, 11:59 p.m. It's like, yeah. 11:60 p.m. Wait, what?
No. You stop right there. Hold on. Wait. What makes it worse wasn't this year a leap year? We have an extra day.
Oh yeah.
We've been an extra day, so imagine if we were a day behind, maybe things would have been different. Maybe if this wasn't a leap year.
Yeah.
Maybe if there wasn't a 20-year-old 5-year-old right now. It's like, excuse me, I was born on February 29th. I am 5. Give me my free chicken nuggies.
I want nuggies, damn it.
I am 5 years old. I demand my free Happy Meal. Everyone's looking at you. You look 20. I'm 5. Just pull up the birth certificate. I am 12. I can still eat free here.
Can you imagine having tried to convince like fucking Legoland or Disney World? Hey,
Honestly,
I'm 12 years old.
I am very curious. Like, if you're born on leap year day, do they count your age? I mean, I feel like the obvious answer is yes, they count your age every year. You're just on the 28th or March 1st. But I feel like, do they actually hold off like their birthday for 4 years? Like, I know your body isn't just gonna stop aging in like 4-year intervals.
Can you imagine if it does?
It's like, oh, how long has little... Like, at that point, here's the thing. If you're born on a leap year, your name is automatically Howard. Hi, would you like to hold Howard? Like, I know a comedian has said this before, but I'm actually scared of, like, kids with grown-up names. And I'm pretty sure, like, every name is, like, a grown-up name. But, like, I don't want to hold a baby that's named Howard. Or Lucius.
What the fuck?
Would you like to hold Bartholomew?
Don't worry, he can do good taxes for you.
You want to hold Larry? Just looking at him. You're looking at the baby, it's like, what have these people done to you?
You just see him pop up a cold one.
Like, you look at, like, there's these names that you're just like, alright, I can see you as a Larry. Then you look at a baby, it's like, I don't see you as a Larry. Larry, I'm imagining some 30-year-old that's balding, trying to be hip, but a baby? You gotta work up to get to Larry. You gotta evolve to that.
You gotta digivolve to Larry.
It's like some baby names are just fucking weird. It's like baby names. Julie. That's normal. You wanna hold Joanna? you, you wanna hold Timothy?
But don't listen to him. He says some crazy things about fairy godparents. You know, just ignore that shit.
What's another fucking grown-up name? You wanna hold Harry?
You wanna hold Harry?
Oh, what's your baby's name? Harry. You wanna hold Harry now?
You wanna hold Jonah J. Jameson?
Oh my god! Oh god.
Can you imagine the baby just has the mustache?
No, I just wanna know, like, who the fuck named their kid Otto? Otto Octavius. Whoa, okay, I forgot about that.
What?
Harley Quinn just scared the fuck out of me.
What did she do?
The lullaby.
Ah.
Back when everyone thought that she was pregnant.
Oh yeah.
That was such a well-played thing. Because, like, you go back into the steel mill after you're done and you see, like, the pregnancy test.
Yeah.
Like, you see a pregnancy test. But then you go into Harley Quinn's Revenge and you see a lot of them and you look at the bots and it's like, can test with false positives, and it's just like, oh. Like, everyone before Harley Quinn's Revenge came out, they were just going like, oh, this is interesting. Maybe that villain could be something like the Kid Joker thing. And then you realize Tim Drake's already like a fucking adult.
Yeah. I mean, unless they do Batman Beyond Joker. Just adopt him while he's still in his age.
Maybe.
It's like, hey, we're gonna make you emo Joker.
Or you know what they did in Braver Than Bold, which was actually really interesting, where he had a protege.
Oh yeah. Jeez.
I just realized. You want to hold Harleen?
You want to hold Harleen?
Excuse me. You want to hold Harleen? It's like, don't worry, she don't bite. Just looking at the baby, it's like, I can talk. You want to hold Bruce?
It's just a baby in a fucking suit.
No. It's like grown-up names just don't fit babies. Like every name, like there's names that can go with kids, but then there's these names that are just, they don't go with children. Like I knew in middle school this kid named Wilbur, and I'm just like, your parents didn't like you. Wilbur Matthews, I'm like, kid, your parents definitely did not like you. He was fat.
Bro.
Like, I'm not saying this in a mean way. The dude was obese. Nice kid and everything. But, boy.
He's like, I want to talk to the manager.
No, not even. Like, I remember my reaction when they were doing roll. Like, he was the name after mine. And here's the thing, my name, I was prepared for it day one because it's like, oh, here it comes. They're gonna try, like, summoning Satan trying to say my last name. Because, for some reason, when they transcripted me from elementary to middle school, they decided to delete the hyphen between my middle name.
Bruh.
That space there between my two last names, and then just married them together. So, it just turns out, I prepared for that. I had a teacher that knew better for once. Stopped before slaughtering my name. And said it, looked up, it's like, these are two last names, right? And I'm like, yes. Gets Wilbur Madison. What? Wilbur Matthews. I just turned around because we were in alphabetical order, sitting down. I just turned around, and I felt like half of the class also turned with me.
God damn.
I'm just like, it didn't help that he was like borderline albino. Like, you would look at him and you'd think he was like a stereotypical, like, he was the stereotype of a gamer. Because in lunch, I remember I had one lunch period with him and he would just sit in the corner with like the PSP playing away. And it's just like, okay, he could be in there. And it's just like, you don't see the sun much, do you?
What is the sun?
Well, that name, boy, your parents definitely didn't like you. Like, there's some names I'm slightly okay with, but then, like, makes me feel like the kid can bench press me. Like, our old art teacher's son, Logan.
Oh, gosh.
Like, I remember we started joking, he's like Wolverine! Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Hands down, he has the coolest birthday. He was born on Halloween. That boy gets a costume party every year. Until, you know, he turns into a moody teenager and says, God, I hate Halloween.
Oh, gosh.
God, it's not a phase, I want to be Batman. it's funny, we're saying like these names is like we probably have like this is so bad, and then then you look at Cubans.
Oh gosh, no. Let's not get started on them.
Half of their names are derived from bad pronunciations of things in other languages.
Yeah?
Like, one that's very, comes to my mind, and apparently it's a somewhat common name, comes from the musical In the Heights, where one of the protagonists' names is Usnavi, which literally is US Navy. Their parents saw a US Navy ship and our child shall be named Usnavi. And I'm just like, what? Middle school, I had one that was similar case. It's like, oh, you're an American citizen, you're a US lady. You're this lady. I'm just like, I'll give them props. They're creative with their names. They are creative. I'll give them that much. There's not. They're the only. They're the only country that they don't have 1,000 people named with the same name. Like, do you know how common my name is? Holy shit.
Very common.
Like, I'm pretty sure I can go into Brazil, Mexico. I could just go into Latin America and just say my first name, make up a last name that sounds Hispanic enough. Or hell, use my second last name. They won't find me. No one will ever find me because there's too many of me.
Those for that you could have gone to the Rough Club. That was in our school.
Oh my god.
Pretty sure there was at least 3 Lewises there. I could tell at the top of my head alone.
3? Dude, there was.
At least.
I thought I was unique because of my name, but then I realized that there was someone else in South Miami. I just said the name of our high school, but no one even knows where that is. There was one other person in that school where they had my name, except the last names were backwards. My first last name was their second last name, and my second was their first. And I remember being called to the office one day about an expulsion, and I'm just like, excuse me? What? Hold on. The only bad thing I've done is not turn in my AP portfolio piece on time.
Oh gosh, I remember that.
Like, I was behind 2 pieces, and I'm like, okay, I'm 2 pieces behind. Let me crunch time this. Front from the office. What? It's like sending them straight to the principal's office, and I'm just like, excuse me. Like, not even the principal's office, the guy who was in charge of that thing. It's like, send him, the CSI or whatever it was called.
Oh, the Tardy Tech room?
I think. Yeah, where there were indoor suspensions.
Oh yeah, that was, what's his face? It was the black one. Can't remember his name now.
I know who he is. It wasn't the vice principal, it was the one that was cool with all of the bad kids.
Oh, that's right. That was him.
He was cool with all of the ones that actually did drugs in the bathroom. And I'm just like,
wow.
How are they not with you 24/7? These are the kids you know skip school.
You would think by now.
No, and it's funny because I was the other guy was being called in for a fight. And here's the thing, I don't know if you were there in this year, but it was one of those years where in the morning they decided to have a fight, and this dude, no, you weren't there. They hadn't done that yet. I think it was the year that you had left already. this dude, like the security guard, the new security guard. Yeah, you were there. The new security guards weren't a thing yet. New security guard came in to break up this fight. The other guy left, but this man decided to 16 this kid.
Oh gosh, no.
No, I'm not exaggerating. He picked him up over his head. And I don't know if you remember the layout of the outside, you know, where there was the trees that had the benches around them? Like the concrete area? Yeah, that's where his face ended. And I'm just like, I'm just here trying to eat my waffle. I'm just trying to eat a waffle. What the fuck? Like, I was leaning up against the wall where the emblem is with my girlfriend at the time. And this just happens in front of us. I just see this. Here's the thing. The security guard came in running like Nappa. And just 16s him. He just grabs him in the air. You see his arms twirl. And he just plants him. And it's just... It was the most brutal thing I had seen.
Did the kid live at least?
Yeah, no. The kid that ran away was the kid that shared my last names. So when I brought in there, I walk in, and the dude is his face is all bloody, and he just looks as like, it's like, sit down. Why'd you run away? I'm like,
time to get my things.
He looks at me and he's like,
for good.
He's not the guy I punched in the face. Like, this man should say, I didn't punch him. And I'm like, I got punched? And it's like, they say my name, and I'm like, no, you're saying my last name backwards, and it's like, they say the student ID, and I'm like, that's not my student ID. There's more than one of me?
Oh my gosh.
Like, honestly, that day was just... That day was just wild from start to finish.
What finished it?
Home sweet home.
Me missing the bus? No, it wasn't even... Here's the thing. You ever catch up with a bus?
Once.
Here's the thing. I saw it leave, didn't register the numbers in my head, noticed it when it was past, when it already left the corner by secluded man's house,
What are we gonna do?
and ran.
Kill her again.
Bruh.
Like, I just ran like Peter Parker in Spider-Man 1.
Oh gosh, no.
I thought the bus! The bus driver looked at me so confused and she told me, I swore you were inside the bus, and I'm like, I wasn't. Like, I was that one good kid in the bus that would not fuck with anyone. I would sit down, put on the headphones, and sleep.
Where are my things? Tell me, or I'll slice you apart, piece by piece.
Two-Face has got him. He's at the museum.
Oh, God.
Okay?
Thanks. So, you decided to come crawling
I'm
back
questioning
then,
how I
huh?
got to that
Pity.
story. Like, I'm pretty sure I was talking about, like, what was going on. Then I went to baby names, and I'm like, how the hell did I get to that story? I am curious. How the hell did I get to that story?
She's over here!
You know, it happens, man. What happens,
Fucking
it happens.
apparently. Like, I wanna know. What am I drinking? Who spiked my water?
You just see Joel just snicker in the background.
Still running like the goddamn xenomorph. God, I remember the first stream when that happened. I was terrified.
I mean,
Type of person Joel is, seeing him walk at you like that, a little too happy.
Bruh.
My no-no square felt very unsafe. Ah yes, bullets. Those hurt.
Huh? Over here! I got him!
Jesus Christ, where'd I get shot from?
Heads or tails?
Two-Face is a character that they really, I want to say, overworked when it came to like his facial detail. Like, I feel they did too much detail on like his burnt side to the point that it's bothering to an extent.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm not sure if I should go back and do all the side quests. Mostly I was doing it for the main story, but everything else is done. The Catwoman story isn't really too important. So if anything, I could go back and do Harley Quinn's Revenge, because... Hell, I could even do that as like a solo stream or record it and put it up, because it's only like 40 minutes. 30 minutes if you know what you're doing. Like Harley Quinn's Revenge, even though it's considered one of like the best extra DLC story, that's really short. Like if you focus mainly on the story, you can get it done in 30 minutes. But if you want to do like the balloon challenges, exploring around, getting a little bit of intel, yeah, you're gonna be there for an hour.
Sounds about right.
That's about it. Concept art. What concept art? Zepingu.
Pinky.
Hey, Pinky, come here.
Agora jogue, Sony.
Oh god. Like looking at all these like pictures, like I took a moment and look at the concept art, and I like how it's basically a game of find the Batman where he's hidden.
Bruh.
Because like the Batman's hidden in most of these pictures somewhere. Or like in this one, he's just straight up right there in the bridge standing. Like it kind of gives you a sense of like what their vision was for this game for like some parts. Especially considered they had designs for things that didn't show up until other games. Like this one specifically is basically what would become Founders Island, because it has the city underground. And in Arkham City we don't see that. So like it's kind of cool like when I'm looking back through all of these like the reused concepts that they used in Night. And like the Iceberg Lounge design they had here for like what they wanted it to be is definitely an homage to Mystery of the Batwoman. Like it's identical to the one from that movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like I can basically see that singer dancing up top there where Batman is standing.
No, better. It was Batman the whole time.
Batman. I mean, have you heard him sing? He is blue.
I'm blue.
Wrong blue. Bad. But yeah, no, like, if you look at Clayface Joker, his design includes, like, a good look at Infected Joker in the early stages. Somewhat early, somewhat late. But he does have, there is a model of the Infected one somewhere around here. Right here, Sick Joker. Which is basically him at the end, and it's just... I know we saw this one, but it's like look at those gashes on his skin and all that.
And then
Which
the
is
last patches.
really odd because like at the end of Arkham City when he like de-Titanfies, his skin was looking pretty normal. His face had returned to normal. She was just missing a couple teeth. Right, there's a Killer Croc model now.
Oh.
Since we got that Easter egg. Is Amir or does he look cross-eyed? Like he has a lazy eye. What I don't appreciate is the fact that they didn't render his tongue in. It's just a black void. He looks like one of those cheap toys that are just like static. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know
Those
the
static plastic toys that are painted on the outside, but they're just hollow. That's what my boy looks like. My boy Waylon was done dirty.
No, watch, it's just a guy in the costume the whole time.
It's an animatronic. Oh yeah, discount Jim
No,
Carrey.
it's just the guy who controls Scarface. Her?
Mad Hatter.
Ah, okay.
I don't like the way his face muscles are. I don't like this. Help.
Ugh.
I like how the preview image for Poison Ivy is just her lips going, ooh! Clayface, I honestly really love his design in this game.
Yeah.
Terrifying face, but very nice design. I kind of wish, like, in front of him there was, like, Batman to, like, kind of scale him.
Hmm.
The most intense Titan face. Behaviorally modified inmates. These guys were not in the game. Which, I'm glad, but at the same time, why do we have the models for them if they're not in the game? Like, these are the assholes from Asylum.
Right.
But they're not in this game. These are the lunatics. Here they're called behaviorally modified inmates.
Huh.
Which is a nice way of saying they cray.
You know, they like to partake in a little bit of cannibalism every now and then. You know?
Two-Face is just... They added too much detail to his burned face, which is nice. But at the same time, it's just like even in Arkham Knight, he didn't have that much crispy detail. Like, look at that seared bone and all that. That's just... It's gnarly.
It is. Or you can see like the veins popping out of the neck.
Yeah.
Like, to the point you pretty much see the inside of his mouth.
Which, honestly, it's really cool that they did that, but at the same time, it's like... Ugh. Anyone else of interest? Who else has a creepy fucking mugshot that needs to be seen?
To believe.
Catwoman just looked like, hey. I don't get why her suit is blue in this game. when it was
What,
black in the other one. Like, I guess they did it to like differentiate the tone and give it like the suit more life, but I'm like, but it's black in every other incarnation of the games. And they gave her camo on her like helmet, which I'm guessing it's a leather effect, but I'm like, why? Oh yeah, nightmare fuel.
What?
The way his jaw is extended just bothers me. Horrifically so. Just the way his head is shaped. Look at that. What the heck?
It looks like he was in the middle of a yelling emotion to Matt Hatter about something, and he was just like, yeah.
He was ready to end someone's career, and then somebody decided to slap his head. Ah yes, Mr. Assassin's Creed.
No, he was doing that.
Honestly, I don't know why they changed this Azrael design for a knight. Like, it wasn't bad. Sure, the fucking Assassin's Creed gauntlet was a bit much. This design wasn't bad. I wouldn't mind if, for like the next Arkham game, if there is one, they take the Nightfall route. Considering we had Azrael. Oh yeah, Harley Quinn in like the underwear that's like way too high. To the point that it gives her marks? What the hell? Why would they detail that? Rocksteady, why? Did we need that shading detail of that being too tight?
Maybe they were horny. I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know. It's like she has like how many tattoos of Joker? Like she has her armband tattoo, which she tattooed herself on there. She has Joker in the front. Then she has Joker there. Her belly button is bothering me. Her belly button is bothering me. I don't know, something about how it's bothering me.
Oh. Yeah, whoa. What the fuck? What the fuck?
You see my issue.
What the fuck did they do to her belly button? It's like they forgot to align it and just left it as this deep crater instead of a deep crater, and it just called the belly button.
I thought you were gonna say just called it a day. Also, can we talk about how redundant the two guns on Black Mask are because he's holding another gun? Yeah. But the way the mask is made and the way his head is molded, it kind of looks like the mask is his head and he just got bashed in to the point that he has a dent on his actual head.
Yeah.
Oh god.
That and with this one, he literally just looks like one of the eights.
Yeah.
Just give him fur and that's it. Literally.
See, it's when you look at these models that you can see just the layers of how it done. Like Raish's hair, you can actually see the layers of how it was put on.
Yeah.
Like you look at it from the front, perfectly fine, but then you start turning it, you just see all these layers undo themselves, and it's just, it's cool. At the same time, I'm like, makes them feel like paper.
Yeah.
Oh look, Joker.
Oh look, Joker.
Oh look, Mr. Joker. What happened?
What happened?
Yeah, like, she had fishnets, which... Okay, yeah, they did erase them completely. Thought there was gonna be like some trace of it. Like here they gave her freckles, but like her like makeup was running and all that, making her look like she just got off a session.
Yeah.
Got off a session of trying to get a raise. Let's see if Talia's model has an actually decent skin tone. Why do they? But does she have a good belly button?
Let's see. Let's see to find out.
After Harley Quinn's belly button, all belly buttons bother me. Why does her skin tone look good here, but in game it looked like shit? Mind you, her character model when it comes to her face still looks like Watts. I don't know why. It's very weird. It's like Talia was the one character they couldn't get right in this remaster.
But why is that? Come on.
I'm not sure. Like, we got Hugo Strange here who got, like, an influx when it comes to his resting bitch face. And his bushy brows and beard. This man has the bitch face of a century.
He's like, never.
He's like, I know you're Mr. Wayne back. He's like, I know you're back there, Mr. Wayne. You can get out of that crate, Mr. Wayne. Mr. Wayne, what are you doing in that gargoyle?
Mr. Wayne, I can appreciate you stop fapping in the corner there.
It's like that one deleted, like the bloopers from season 1 from Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh gosh.
Where Vandal Savage is like, Dr. Palmer, where the fuck are you? Stop playing with the door, Dr. Palmer. That's the best blooper they had for that season. Is it the door's open? Dr. Palmer, where the fuck are you? Stop playing with the door, Mr. Palmer!
Can you imagine if they left it in?
They left it in, it's just like, God. I stopped watching Legends of Tomorrow after halfway through season. Did I even finish season 2? I think I finished season 2. I'm not sure.
Wait, season 2 was with the Time Demon, right? Or was that a different one?
Season 2 was Merlin, Zoom, and someone else. Oh yeah, the white hair dude from Arrow.
Oh, Vertigo guy. Yeah.
The one who was General Nobody Cares in Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't know if that's the first role that came to my mind. The one who can read at a 3rd grade level.
I mean, I was gonna say that was Bizarro, but he never appeared.
Yeah. Also, I love how the stream has gone on longer than it should have, just because of stupid conversations during the credits. Like, if I go back to when I ended the game around... Oh my god.
What?
I beat the game an hour ago. It's been basically, let's beat the game with a podcast at the end.
Yeah. You know, a 2-for-1 deal.
It's a 2-for-1 deal. It's like, my realization of this is just like, maybe I should have done the Harley Quinn's Revenge. But no, I'm gonna, because like anymore, like I'm pretty sure like we can like think of stupid topics like for days, but I'm thinking I'm gonna save some of those stupid topics for an actual like type of video. Oh god. I can't even think of how I can't even think right now. I'm still like thinking about baby names that don't belong to them. You wanna hold Hank?
No, even better. You wanna hold Bobby? Hey, Bobby.
No, it's like, I want to know who in Greece thought it was a good idea. Hey, you want to hold Homer? Oh, the baby's crying. Oh, don't worry, Kevin will get over it. What?
Oh,
Oh,
wait,
God.
Bartholomew.
I'm about to hit you with the one to end them all.
What?
Ah, damn it, Herbert's getting moody again. Yup.